Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to a friend and colleague, John-Mark Staude of Riverside Resources. Riverside is a prospect generator, which, as you know, is one of my favorite methods of exploration finance. Note, too, that I'm a shareholder of Riverside, like every other exhibitor that you will hear an interview of. Prospect generators, of course, are people who use their intellectual capital and other people's physical capital in the exploration process, at once lowering the risk of shareholders while increasing the probability of reward. Jean-Marc, let's begin by you telling the audience something about your background in exploration, how you came to be in this business, what you did that sets you up for your role now.
So actually I have a PhD in mineral economics and economic geology from the University of Arizona. And before that, studied economic geology at colleges and at Harvard University. Then I worked in mining companies, Magma Copper Company and BHP, eventually in tech. All of those things gave me the background to now lead Riverside Resources.
One of the things that we ask for in prospect generators is focus, learning to do something better or developing a specific expertise. What would you suggest, either geographically or geologically, is your specialty in Riverside Resources? What do you do better in exploration than other people?
I totally agree. I think first off is Latin America, for us, focusing on Mexico, also in Ontario where we work in Canada. Secondly, commodity. We focus on large copper deposits and gold systems. I was lucky to be involved in discoveries of large gold deposits like Alamos Gold at Mulatos and working on copper porphyries, and so this is our focus, things we know well.
One of the things that I really like about investing in prospect generating companies is that the due diligence process is easier. It doesn't matter too much to me whether I like a property. What matters to me is that the funding partner likes a property. I'd rather have tech do my due diligence than have me do the due diligence. In terms of your credibility, what I'd like you to do is describe for our audience who some of your past and present partners are. Who has done due diligence on Riverside and come away happy?
You know, we're really lucky. We've been going for 15 years, and we've had partners doing strategic alliances where they actually fully fund us from start to finish, where they're funding the work, such as Kinross Gold, working with Antofagasta, alliances with Cliffs, and alliances with BHP. Right now, we have an ongoing program with BHP. Also, we do joint venture option programs, which we've done with Centerra. We have done that with Hochschild Mining. We currently are doing a program with Hochschild. We also have done it with many junior companies. And right now, the big thing we've done is we've ongoingly had repeat business. That's where we really find where we have 100% the partner funding the work and now working with BHP on over 5 projects is really a wonderful place for OPM, other people's money. And people have had the due diligence done because they continue to fund the major companies.
That's very impressive. The audience needs to focus on this. The truth is, it's irrelevant, really, whether a brokerage firm likes a company, they get paid to like the company. It's almost irrelevant as to whether investors like the company. What's really, really, really important is that the big money doesn't just write a research report. They follow on the research report with their own money, and that's, of course, a very impressive roster. Tell me something about the value drivers. Tell me something about the projects that are in the company that you and BHP, as an example, are particularly excited about. Where might a discovery come from?
You know, we're really excited about copper and our porphyry copper deposits and systems that we're exploring with BHP. The value drivers right now, we have over 5 projects we have moving forward towards drilling with BHP. Also, Hochschild Mining, fully funding $8 million of investment by them to focus on gold in our Onion project, again in Sonora. And the third one is working in Ontario, very large belt next to where Ross Beatty and Equinox Gold is building a very large gold mine. And we have our projects there where we have drill results coming. So we have many value drivers in Riverside.
And in terms of ongoing generative activity, what are you going to do for us next? What sort of big ideas are percolating in your mind? What are you going to do that you're going to bring on? It's important that there be a flow of ideas, that there be a flow of projects coming and going. What's next?
Well, it's great to be on this because one of the things is yet another strategic alliance. That's really great with a new party, and that's exciting. Secondly is we're expanding in Canada on some of our other projects in Ontario and British Columbia. And the third thing is drill results. that's always fun. And so we have drill results coming along, and we're looking forward to having those come here in the fall.
And where might the drilling results come from?
They'll be coming from Canada, in Ontario, and the thing that we've really been able to do is use existing access, existing roads, good infrastructure, where the money goes on the ground, and we're able to therefore leverage off of that, and we'll see that potentially go into a new spin-out. Riverside gave our shareholders a share split during COVID, where we divided the company up and we dividended to the shareholders shares of Capitan Mining. I didn't leave that. I continue to be a large shareholder of that, and our shareholders have done well. We got that for free at a 20 cents value, and it then went to 60 cents. Riverside stock went from 15 cents up to 60 cents as well. So we've had many good runs, and we're very excited where we are right now.
So tell me how much I'm paying for all of this. We have, of course, the intellectual capital, we have the physical capital, we have the joint venture relationships. What is your enterprise value, which is to say your market capitalization less cash?
You know, it's pretty crazy right now. We have over $4.5 million cash with no debt, and we have over $8 million of other people's funding going to us right now in the bank right now doing work. Yet our enterprise value is therefore negative right now.
So what's your market cap?
So our market cap right now is only at $10 million, and our cash and partner funding is over $12 million. So you say a -2 would be our enterprise value right now. So I've been buying more shares myself.
And then finally, one of my criticisms of the junior mining industry has been the ratio of general and administrative expense to project expenditures. Often we find companies where G&A accounts for more than half the budget. Tell me what the net G&A is relative to all of this work program.
You know, we work really hard, and so we had $4 million in the bank before COVID. We now still have $4 million after COVID. Our net GAA is close to zero. We do the work with other people, and we all work as geologists and technical work. Our net G&A has been able to be close to zero. It's really been a tough time, and we work very hard at making sure we apply ourselves, working with partners and having those fees that we do, that we recover the cost of our work.
Where should investors look in preparation for coming back to the symposium next year? What are the catalysts that people will expect to enjoy between this conference and next year's conference, the next 12 months?
You know, really exciting from Mexico. We have high grades for gold and silver. I think drill results from Mexico, from the Union project, from some of their other projects is fabulous coming from Mexico. Secondly is the work that you'll see coming from Ontario, and we actually have growth in our portfolio there along the Beardmore. And the third is with BHP. That's really exciting. And the fourth will actually be a new alliance. So we have multiple different things coming. We're really excited about being back at the next conference. We've been at your conferences each year, and we really appreciate being here.
Well, thank you for that. Your ongoing sponsorship of the conference has been good for us, and I suspect good for you. Finally, tell our listeners where they can find out more. What are the contacts? Who do they contact? How do they contact them?
Well, I'm always available, and we'd love to have you give us a call at 778-327-6671. Come to our website. That's rivres.com. We have an investor relations team, and myself, we'd love to speak with you, and we welcome interacting with investors or potential shareholders.
John-Mark, Riverside Resources, thank you for your efforts on behalf of your investors. Thank you, too, for your ongoing sponsorship of the Natural Resources Investment Symposium.
Thank you, Rick, for being with you.